Is it time to call one of those we buy your homes for cash people? So, we're kind of at the point of desperation. My mother is elderly and on a very fixed income, and, after my father died earlier this year, she has understandably sunken into depression. Here's the issue: my father was in failing health for several years prior, and he was usually the house handy dude. I didn't realize this, but there had been numerous issues with plumbing and electric that have basically turned the house into barely livable. It's an old house and it was cheap when my parents bought it in the 1970s. Growing up there, it felt like there was always an issue with it, and it was always a drain on our already meager family resources. Everywhere you look in the home, there's significant issues. A pipe burst and literally washed down the entire kitchen. It wasn't addressed beyond fix the pipe, and so now mold is all across the walls. There's numerous outlets where you can't plug anything in because it will short out the device. The bathroom tub seems to be permanently plugged and has confounded numerous plumbers. Hence, a large black ring around the tub where the water never drains out. It's all quite grotesque, and I mentioned to my mother to just sell the damned place and find a nice apartment somewhere. She mentioned one of those we buy your house for cash flyers, but I have always suspected those to be rip-offs. Even so, I can't imagine anyone is going to be willing to buy the house in its current condition, and she doesn't have the resources to make any big repairs. I contacted some local charities to see if they could help, and they are booked up for years. She's 78, has a pacemaker, is obese, and severely depressed and out of shape. I'm kind of stuck, unaware of what to take as the next step, and frankly, one of my bigger fears is inheriting the house at all. This is in the Mid-Atlantic region, and in a town of maybe 2,000 people. The nearest city is about 45 minutes away. Some improvements were made to the house about 8-10 years ago: new HVAC, siding, replacement windows, vinyl fence and shed. No, work with a reputable local real estate agent and the house can be listed as is. Pretty common in situations where the home is in poor condition. The business model for those places is they will offer her as little as possible to buy the house. They will come in and estimate what the house would be worth if it was in good shape. They will deduct money off of that to make the repairs necessary to get the home into that condition. And then they'll deduct money to account for their profit on the deal. So may get some quick cash out of the deal. But it will be next to nothing if the house is in that kind of shape. Some additional details: the house is in a very rural area and is currently valued at around $90,000, but that's well before someone steps inside it. About 10 years prior, there had been some improvements to the house HVAC system installed: new insulation, vinyl siding, replacement windows. My parents just did this, moving my grandmother in with them. Her house was in a rural area valued at $90,000 but of mold and home care neglected for 3-ish years since Grandpa left. They sold it to a young couple for $68,000, doing a for sale by owner. Took a couple of showings over a month but managed to do it all, and the only third parties were a lawyer and title company. Do not go to a buy your house for cash. Those are just a scam and will rip you off. They will make you feel worse than you already feel about the place so that they can drive the price down further. Get a realtor and get it posted for sale. Someone will come along and buy it to flip, and, while you won't get $90,000 for it, you will get much more than a scam company will ever offer. Hey, just an out there question. Is your mom on Medicaid or Medicare? I heard that in some situations not owning your own home or having a sudden flush of cash can affect some PPLS Medicaid. Just a heads up to double check. I had a friend sell to one of these cash for home places. At the end of the day, he probably only lost like 4 overall and had no hassle. It's worth exploring to see what they offer. You can negotiate with them as well. Don't take first offer. In this market there's almost no reason to go immediately to a wholesaler. List it with a good realtor, depending on area, and investor may buy it and totally rehab it or demolish and build new. If it doesn't sell on the open market, then contact a wholesaler. The We Buy Houses for Cash people Those people are vultures and also are often hooked up with code violation inspectors, who, if you reject their offer, will be coming by soon after to force you out of the house since it's a hazard. X200B. I had it happen to me, so I know. The only way I was able to avoid it was by saying okay, I'll sell to you, and then taking the first available lowball offer from someone else, while stalling the we buy for cash guy as long as I could, the bastard. People sell with success homes that are in dire need of repairs all the time. Yeah, sure, you'll give up a good amount of cash because the home is in horrible shape, but there's no need to lose your shirt as well. Sell it as is, be upfront about the condition and whatever, let the cards fall as they may. It probably won't pass an inspection without issues. So find a realtor, disclose the known issues, and look for a cash purchaser, which are flippers and the like. The people who post on flyers are a rip-off, but the flippers will pay more. Talk to a good local realtor first. A good one will tell you what you can get on the market in as-is condition. They will also tell you what type of fix-ups would be necessary to get more. Try a realtor-sponsored as-is sale first. Then if that doesn't work, go to the buy it for cash option. But in today's market, I suspect it can be sold as is. I have a friend who sold their house to a we buy ugly houses type outfit. Easy process, my friend was pleased. The company that bought it did flip it, but it was a win-win. They had the contractor connections and expertise to get the work done efficiently to get it in shape, and my friend didn't have to deal with it. I am actively looking for a home near where I live. Sometimes I do see Redfin for not move-in ready homes with open house. Usually those are cash-only deals most mortgage company will not bite. I would find listing agents in your area. You could also try Redfin route. Depending on your state, dual agent may work to your advantage since you're likely doing cash deal. See if you can find an agent who will fix and flip with you. I have used Curbio, a contractor company, with my clients who let you fix up a home, sell it, and pay them after close. It's how I get my older clients who have done zero work on their home to max their equity. Having done this myself, I can tell you those people are scams. They are just brokers who are pitching your property to an investor and taking a cut. I had success by posting on Nextdoor that we were looking for someone who wanted a house as is to flip. Several local people responded, not the scammy types. Someone I know in a similar situation sold their house to the next-door neighbor for a heavily discounted price in return for free rent, upkeep and a stipend until they pass away. A reverse mortgage might give you the capital to fix the house enough so that she can stay in it. Research the negative health effects of living with mold. Get your mother out ASAP. Have them give you an estimate and decide from there. Sorry to hear about your dad and good luck to you and your mom, a difficult situation to be in no matter the cause. Along with selling to an investor, you could look into a reverse mortgage too. They would stay in the house, and the bank would pay them. You could use that money for improvements. But, the house would belong to the bank. I am a home appraiser and can give some guidance, but I need a little more details on whether you need to sell wholesale. How much land is it sitting on and what does your county value it at? You can look this up by basically Googling the county name and CAD behind it. Sell it as is. My favorite houses to buy are in this condition. Usually, they've been repaired incompetently, but I haven't had any serious issues, yet. I don't mind fixing stuff myself, properly, and make good equity that way. Someone will want the place, so don't lose hope. How about this? I have some vacay coming up, so if you cover my plane ticket, rental car, and cheap hotel, and I'll come out and redo the plumbing, fix the electric, and show you how to pull down the drywall and redo. In another couple months I'll come back out, show you how to mud tape paint, and get it up right. Habitat for Humanity bought my mother's house. It was half finished and needed lots of work. They came to the auction and bought it up. The we buy for cash people generally are legit but trying to buy for way below market prices. List with a reputable agent and go from there.